The Dallas Mavericks look terrifying. This is one of the deepest teams in the league. They got Cooper Flagg playing point guard, and they have unlimited length to suffocate you on the perimeter and absolutely dominate the glass, giving you no chance to attack the rim. And they get Kyrie back around January, so you got three guys that are walking buckets. This team is scary good. So yeah, of course Cooper Flagg is going to be a big piece of this Mavs team, but defensively they're going to be elite. They have great depth. Flagg at 6'9" with a 7-foot wingspan is just the cherry on top to what this Mavs team, I believe Nico Harrison, was trying to build all along. Of course, yeah, trading Luka was still stupid, but he came out the other side of it pretty lucky. 19 points a game and 7.5 rebounds last year for Flagg at Duke with about 3 stocks. Shot 48% from the field, 39% from 3, and right away, as soon as he gets into the preseason, you see the defensive abilities here as Lively goes to stay on this screener. He's going to be able to come across and get the rejection off the backboard. D'Lo got caught up a little bit there, but all 5 of their perimeter defenders, or interior defenders, are able to guard on the perimeter and move their feet, as well as guys like Najee Marshall and Max Christie. This is a really deep defensive team, and they're going to be really fun to watch. And then just watching Coop create for everybody else. He's essentially playing point guard right here, finding Derek Lively, then finding Dwight Powell. I mean, look at this, spinning off of Cason Wallace, who is an elite perimeter defender, may I add, and he's going to draw 3 defenders, drop it off to Powell, who gets the easy dunk. And Wallace was a guy given like Tyrese Halliburton issues. Coop finished with 10 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, and a steal, or a block, 3 of 6 shooting from the field, 2 of 3 from beyond the arc. Good pass here to PJ Washington for the layup, and then right here getting out in transition, finishing up above the rim. Jalen Williams, you have no chance of blocking that shot, and then coming off the pick and roll here, sizing up the defender, getting to his jumper, and knocking it down. This is really beautiful right here. Just sizing up the defender, getting to a little bit of a sidestep, and knocking it down. That jumper looks pure. The development of his jumper is something everybody should take a look at, because coming into Duke it was not good, and now it's really good. Little bit of a zone here. He finds PJ Washington cutting to the middle. Derek Lively's going to take this backside guy away, which leaves Jaden Hardy wide open. Good pass from PJ Washington. Coop gets the hockey assist, and then early pick and roll here in the possession, gets to his spot and holds that follow through for quite a while. This is what the starting lineup's going to look like eventually, and man, once Kyrie comes back, this is a scary good starting 5. You also have AD. Apparently D'Lo and AD are the Unibros now. That was just coined today by D'Angelo Russell. I don't know if that's gonna stick, but we'll see. I mean, AD getting back to his normal self of just being an absolute monster, a guy that can go generate his own offense whenever he wants at 7 foot with a 7'6" wingspan, but also is an absolute monster on the defensive side of the ball. And remember, we only got to watch him for 9 games last year in a Mavs jersey, but as a Laker last year, he averaged 26 and 12 with 3.4 assists, 1.2 steals, and 2.3 blocks. A pretty ridiculous stat line for somebody that got traded for Luka, and then Mavs fans were like, oh, we don't even want him. Now, yes, of course, he's injury prone, but shooting 56% from the field as a 7-footer, not bad whatsoever. Then, of course, we talked about it. You'll get Kyrie Irving back as the year goes on to add to this depth. D'Lo looked just fine running the point guard with that starting unit in the preseason, but Kyrie is out until January. So once he comes back, he averaged 25, 5, and about 4.5 last year in 36 minutes a game, shooting 47% from the field and 40% from 3 on 7 attempts. And as a 33-year-old, yes, it's going to be a little bit harder to come back from that ACL injury, but I think he's still, going to be one of the most skilled players in the league at this point. Without Luka last year, he averaged nearly 27 a game with a little over 5 rebounds and a little over 4 assists, shot 45% from the field and 36% from 3 on 7.5 attempts. So yeah, once Kyrie comes back, they're going to get even better. Their defense may go down a little bit, but offensively, you're going to have guys like Kyrie, AD, and Coop that can all go out there and get their own buckets. Then D'Angelo Russell, who I applauded this signing all offseason. I was a big fan. Slips a pass right here to Max Christie for the layup. He finished with 5 points, 5 assists, 2 rebounds, and 2 turnovers last night in 15 minutes, which was a pretty solid preseason debut. Knocking down the 3-ball right here off the inverted pick and roll with Anthony Davis. Watch D'Lo set the screen. Both defenders are going to go with AD, so he just flips it back to D'Angelo Russell, who knocks down that 3-ball. It barely even made the net move. And then right here, beautiful pass in transition, setting up Derek Lively, who looked like he was angry at the rim right there. And then once again, finding Max Christie, cutting to the rim in transition. Max Christie might be a guy that has a big-time year this year. Now remember, D'Lo signed on a 2-year, $13 million deal, so it's $6.5 million a year, and that's not bad at all for a guy last year that averaged about a little under 13 points, 5 assists, 2.8 rebounds on 39% shooting from the field, 31% from 3. Keep in mind he got traded mid-season, so that has a little bit of something to do with why his efficiency is so down. In 2023-24, he averaged 18, 6, and 3 with a steal while shooting 46% from the field and 42% from 3 on 6.5 attempts a game. That's the D'Lo I think you're going to be getting here in Dallas. Maybe not as good, offensively, but efficiency-wise, he was the third option there in LA, making $18 million. That's why people didn't like him. But now he's going to be coming off the bench once Kyrie comes back come playoff time with guys like PJ Washington, Max Christie, Najee Marshall, Daniel Gafford, or Derek Lively surrounding him. And then even when he gets to play with the starting unit, he can make it work for now. As for guys like Daniel Gafford, who we didn't really get to see much of last night, he re-signed to a 3-year, $54 million contract this offseason. So having him back to pair with Derek Lively, it's a good 1-2 punch. And Gafford last year averaged 12 points, 6.8 rebounds, 1.4 assists, and 1.8 blocks in just 21.5 minutes a game, shooting 70% from the field and 69% from the free throw line. He's another guy that, like the graphic I flashed earlier, is a big that can move his feet, is very versatile, can switch onto the perimeter, but also guard on the interior, and he's going to help out guys like Flagg, Washington, Lively, AD, all these guys. Per 36, the numbers really jump off the charts at you, but Lively and Gafford, both of them, I mean, it's going to be a really good 1-2 punch at the center spot, and what this enables is Anthony Davis to play at the 5 like he's always wanted to. Speaking of Lively, here he is catching and finishing right here. He's reportedly grown 1 to 2 inches over the offseason, which is crazy. It put him at about 7'2", 7'3"-ish. And I like the offense they're running here with Lively initiating things in the middle of the floor and everything else spread out. Great backdoor cut here by Max Christie. Running in transition here with D'Lo. We talked about this earlier. Great pass, slipping it right down to Lively. And then once again, running things through Lively in the middle of the court. You've got Clay setting a screen for Flagg. Flagg slips it to the basket, or excuse me, vice versa there. And then Clay cuts back door, and it's just a beautiful play and all set up by Lively and his ability to pass it. That's the way the NBA is going. Centers swinging the rock. Now, this is, we talked about it earlier, what their lineup could eventually look like at the end of the season. Clay on this team is really overlooked, but he's still an elite shooter. Shot like 39% from 3 last year on 9 attempts, 8 attempts, something like that. Really good efficiency for him. PJ Washington as well. Good pass here. We talked about it earlier. Working against the 2-3 zone in the middle of the floor. He's yet another guy. He got an extension this offseason, and he's yet another guy that can come off that bench, can guard a lot of positions, and can also get his own bucket on the offensive end of the ball, as well as being able to play off the ball. Najee Marshall's here. Jaden Hardy. If they get Jaden Hardy going, that's the 11th man in this rotation that can really make something happen. And without Kyrie, look for Hardy or Brandon Williams to make an impact as the backup point guard. Once Kyrie comes back, this is what the bench unit should look like. And man, so much depth here in Dallas. With that being said, that's going to be it for today's video. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure to hit the like button. Leave me a comment down below and hit the subscribe button if you did enjoy at any point. And with all that being said, thanks so much for watching today's video.